Brian here, Hyphytek.net, just talking to Epoch, new guy on the scene here, kind of checking things out. Just heard some of the new stuff from the upcoming album, sounds great. So we thought we'd come in kind of to see how it's going, man. You used to be Grim Outlook, now we're Epoch. I mean, what kind of made the transfer?
A lot of things, man. Honestly, like, I just made some big changes in my life. Like, I used to just do a lot of, like, drugs and, like, partying and shit. And I guess, like, the partying kind of went away, and then I was just doing a bunch of drugs.
Right.
So, I mean, I've been sober for, like, 8 months, like, from everything. So, honestly, I think that's, like, a huge part of it, was just, like, cleaning up my mind and getting, like, my thoughts straight.
Right.
And then I was able to start thinking of, like, the bigger picture, and when I started thinking of that, the name Grim Outlook just, like, didn't fit with what I want to do. Like, I don't want to have a grim outlook or, like, have that be, like, representing me for the rest of my career, you know? So
right, you're not, like, a dark person, you're not, like...
I mean, yeah, like, from the music you can tell, too, like, I've got, like, some pretty dark sides, like, to myself, but I'm, like, coming out of that, and as much as, like, I think that makes for good art, like, just really dark side, it's not, like, it doesn't make for, like, a good life, I guess. You know what I mean?
No, for
so,
sure.
like, I'm willing to... It was hard, man. Like, I like the dark side of shit, and I like getting, like, fucked up on pills and making music and just, like, sad, whiny shit, because it's, like emotional.
Yeah.
But it's, like, to have good music and then, like, be fucking miserable all the time just sucks. So I decided to, like, just... If the music changes for the worse, which I don't think it will, but if it did, you know, it'd be worth it, like, just to get out of that funk.
Head up in the clouds, noose on a wrist and a fist hanging lit from the jowls. Face off when they run that mouth, break that bridge when it sniffs my style. Watch that fucking thought, hang it up in the back of the closet. Gone, talk that fucking talk, say it, what? Back it up, awesome. Oh, you got skill, you're the authority course, well assault the horse. Oh, tune's not real, sorry to torture thee, Lord, I'll ignore my cause. Lies, bleed, bitch, kismet, I beast and epiphanic dipshit friars, priest MCs and assistants die. Reaper, grim metaphysics, epic. When I drop my album, count on a profit, false, separate sect, bout while the bombs drop on all y'all fall out, why stop? Grip when I grip my chest, listen up bitch, this 5 cents, 1 countdown, 1 minus, 2 for this view and a zip I ingest, I don't eat those words when a soul tastes gross, and a net worth X is assault by force, break that brick on a full 3-2, wanna kiss my ass on a bull sweet tooth.
So then with, like, the new name, like, Epoch, that's kind of, like, it's a whole transformation almost, like you're really trying to, like, starting anew with this. Is that why you kind of chose that name?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it is like the beginning of, like, a new life for myself. Like, I've eliminated tons of like, old, I guess, acquaintances, and, like, at this point in my life, I'm probably surrounded by the best people that I've ever, like, had around me. I've just been, like, good people, closer with my family, like, more into the music, and just, like, everything's been just, I mean, it's new. It's coming from a new place, you know. Like, I've the day job that I currently am at, I've had for, like, over a year. Yeah. And, like, I've never had a job. I've been working since I was 14. I've never had a job for over, like, 6 months.
Oh, wow.
So even just, like, I think just growing up is a part of that, too, you know. Like, coming into adulthood and just, like, dropping off all that immature shit.
A lot of the, like, artists we talk to usually have kind of a crazy past, or, you know, and it sounds like you do too. Was that something all through childhood and stuff that kind of, like, shaped your outlook for music? And
yeah, I mean, I had, like, a fucking weird past, man. Like, so my dad, from the year I was born until I was 18, he was a police officer in Greeley, Colorado. And my mom was a social worker, and then, like, I think when I was in middle school, she moved to a juvenile parole officer.
Okay.
And I was, like, super off the walls, like, ADHD diagnosed, you know, like, just in trouble all the time. And so it was weird being, like, and I guess that's almost seems typical, like, the cop's kid is always, like, the biggest fuck up, right? So that's, like, you'll hear in my music, too. That's shaped, like, my dad's police side also gives me like a hatred for authority, but also of hearing him talk about like victims and you know, like people taking advantage of victims is like I've got like this kind of defender mentality where like I fucking hate seeing people get victimized, and people that are preying on other people, like, really gets to me. So you'll hear that a lot in my music, which is a positive thing that came out of that. But after high school, I was doing like a shitload of just partying, like, and a lot of drugs, because I didn't know what to do. Like, I didn't have any plans. So I was going to join the military, and the day I was supposed to leave, I called the recruiter, and he was like, "Oh shit, we gave your job to somebody else. But we got a good electrical job we can give to you, and that'll set you up for when you get out of the military." I was, at the time, like, I didn't want to be like infantry, right? I was going to join the Marines. And I was like, I don't fucking want that.
Yeah.
So call me when you have that job ready. So they were like scrambling to get me the job. And my sister, she's kind of like a hippie. So she was living in LA at the time. Yeah. I was like, fuck that, dude. Just come out and live with us. She was living with her boyfriend. So I'm like 4 days after that, dude, I just moved out to Los Angeles. Out there I started like really getting into music. And then I went to a school called Icon Collective.
Oh, wow.
To produce.
What is that? Is that like a kind of like a college, I guess? Or
yeah, it's like it's a 9-month program. It's like a technical school. And two of the instructors, or the owners, I guess, were instructors at Musicians Institute.
Oh, wow.
So they just kind of took like all the things that were wrong with Musicians Institute and started their own school. And it was awesome, man. For like 4 months out of that 9 months, I was riding a bus from Culver City, where I live, to downtown LA. Man. And like eating fucking rice and peanut butter all the time. Right. It's expensive out there. So, and I was still partying, and that's like the dark side shit was still there. But honestly, like at that point, because I was 19, from like 19 to 20, that like dark side pity kind of music is like, it was my fault, you know what I mean? That's kind of what I started coming out of it, is like, I think for people who do a lot of drugs, it's easy to like, I mean, obviously just like victim mode all the time, like, right. Then that leads you to like a cycle. You start doing more drugs and isolating and being a loner, which was beneficial because I just sat at home and made music all the time. Just right. Like, and I just get fucked up. And
so you worked a lot, but
yeah. So then my music was getting a lot better, and then when I cleaned up, it was just like, I think everything really came together. It was like February of this year. Nice. It was like, I had all the skills and just getting like the fog out of my mind, really.
So did you come back from LA in cleanup, or were you out there when you decided to make that transition?
No, I came back just because I knew I wanted to do underground hip hop. Like, okay. I started making out there when I started school. I actually went for like house music. I was into like electronic dance music, and then it was in 2009. So dubstep was getting super huge around here, or out there at least. And so I started producing that a lot and getting really into that. And I was DJing out there, and then. When I started writing, I just kind of started transitioning because I wanted to say stuff over beats, right. And that's what went into like the hip hop. When I started doing that, I realized like LA is not the place for this. I mean, you're either kind of like mainstream out there or you're not doing anything. Okay. And I was like, man, I'm from Colorado. Like, I know a lot of people. Everybody there is really open to like independent music. Right. It just seemed like the right move to make. But even when I got back here, man, I was fucking up a lot. Like, just still getting fucked up a lot. Like right before I moved back, I was getting into like Klonopin, just like a lot of it, because I had found like a really cool psychiatrist who's like prescribed me a lot. So I like literally don't remember like the first month and a half that I moved back. That's intense. It's weird. It's like a blur. I got my new job. I was doing like I was functioning, but looking back on it, I don't remember it that much.
So you're just like a functioning. I don't want to call you an addict or anything, but I mean you're just a functioning druggie.
Yeah, pretty
like
much.
A functioning alcoholic.
Yeah. And then February of this year, I got a DUI, and like it was just like, man, I remember it was like a big moment. Like I walked out of detox in like a Arapaho house in like Denver. Mm-hmm. I was just like, man, like this shit has to fucking change. Like shit was screwed up with my girlfriend. My money was fucked, especially like I knew it was gonna be fucked after that. Right. And I have all these talents that I'm not like intensely like going after, you know, and I know I can do something big with these, and I was kind of just like, that was like the epic, like, right, this is a new time.
Ride that loner vibe, step to the side when I breathe that smile. Wreckage cries with a breeze capsized, but a cutthroat tugboat leaves that ride. Listen, he's gonna take your head off. 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 Listen, he's gonna take your head off.
So then did like that change in you, man? Like that new attitude, this not having any drugs in your life, I mean, obviously, I mean, it sounds like it affected you in a positive way, but I mean, musically, was it hard to switch over? Was it hard to like start working again or anything, or did you just jump into it?
No, it was super hard. Like writing, especially because I think like they used to tell us at school, like writer's block is just fear. You know what I mean? It's like this might not sound good, so you just don't do anything. Right? You're stuck. And when I was fucked up, like
didn't care.
No, like I mean, I would just write, and that's why I mean. Being sober, and I had to kind of learn to like trust myself. Like I just need to write it. Like it's not gonna come out any different than when I'm not super high, right? Like maybe a little bit, but not when I get start learning to relearning everything.
Flow, yeah.
So now, I mean, that's why the album's taken me so long. Like I was planning on releasing it in March of this year, and it's just been like I'm having to like get over all these like obstacles,
right,
and relearn everything to do it. And also, what's hard is like. It takes time to like produce a beat and then record and like when you're high you just kind of can like chill and like just do things for a long time. But I'm like super ADHD or ADD, so like just sitting for long periods is really hard for me. Yeah. So like I said, the focus of like putting an album together, that's been really hard sober.
Listen to the new album, man. I mean, how you're saying you kind of when you went back to that school, kind of got into it for house music, some dubstep, all that. I mean, I heard some really heavy beats going on in that. Like, do you have a lot of influence from your past in a sense in what you produce?
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of like, I think the path I took unknowingly, like really came out or like ended up well, like had a good outcome, I guess. Like the house stuff really helped me with like melodies and chord progressions and things like that. And then the dubstep was just like learning how to control like sub-level waves, like really low bass tones are just hard to control. So I really like focused on those when I was making dubstep. I think the reason there's like such a big split between like catchy hip hop and lyrical content hip hop is that you have like lyrical content and then simple beats, or you have like complex, heavy, like catchy beats and simple lyrics like what's on the radio, And a lot of people now are like starting to merge those two, and I think I am as well. It's helping me like, if you don't want to hear what I have to say, at least like this is the beat you can jam to.
Yeah, get down.
And then, if you really want to listen, like then the lyrical content is there. The value.
So do you feel like I see on your board up here you got a lot of X's up there? It looks like you're pretty close to done. Like how are you feeling about? Like you think you said March was when you were trying to get it out. Now we're in October. Like, do you feel like you really got a good date set that you feel like you're going to be finishing this?
Yeah, I'm thinking mid-November at the latest.
Nice.
I mean, once the album's done, it's like I'm going to sit down and figure out what I want to do marketing-wise and how many CDs I want to get printed because I want to get like jewel case CDs.
You thinking about releasing it like online anyway, like iTunes or?
I'm going to give it out for free, so it'll be Bandcamp, SoundCloud. And that's stuff I'll like research when I'm done with the album, like where all like the places I can use as outlets, and just like taking CDs to different places, like the local KCSU here. I'd like to get them.
KRFC maybe.
Yeah, KRFC for sure, and like just college radio stations locally, and like if I know people who live out in California and like back east, so maybe just get it like as far out as I can. So I want to get a ton of CDs, man. So. Like I said, financially, I'll see where I'm at.
Stuff,
That's really the only thing that's going to delegate when it'll come out. Like,
talking about financials, man, how about like just the fact it's your first album? You're not really, a lot of people to me it seemed like the trend of putting albums out for free kind of started because a lot of people use samples and stuff from other people, so they can't really sell it.
Yeah.
And so like you, I mean, yours is all original, so I mean, what makes you want to just put it out there for free and not?
I don't know, man. I mean, I just want people to hear it, like, at this point. I don't want it to be like... I feel like people are resistant to new music, man. I feel like there's people who do like finding out about new things, but I think the majority is like, unless it seems like it's been well known and they've been left out.
Yeah.
Like if it's like that, then they're like, what is this? Like, why don't I know about this? But
right.
if it's just like a new artist, like, hey, nobody's heard me yet, I think people are like, well, why the fuck hasn't anybody heard me yet?
Yeah, exactly.
So I just want to get it out there for free, so people are like I'm willing to listen to it, you know. And if they do like it, then whatever, like then they can get the next album. Maybe I'll charge for.
Right.
But I want to make money off shows, man. I'd like to just start doing tons of shows. I really like performing live, which is like that's kind of been my thing my whole life. Like I like attention. If I can control the attention, you know what I mean? I don't like walking into a crowded room and like having people notice me. But if I'm on stage, I'm able to like, I get to choose how those people view me, you know? I like that.
Yeah.
So doing shows is like huge for me. It's like, that'd be a lot of fun. So if I could get like doing big concerts, then I might put like, you know, my first 3 albums out for free. I don't know.
Right.
That, you know?
Coming back up here, have you noticed a big difference in the two scenes, like how people act with each other? So I always feel like a lot of people in Fort Collins seem to really like the community, like it's the music community is tight and like seems to want to help each other out, whereas a lot of other places it's real competitive.
Here I've noticed, for one, it's easier to get shows, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like oversaturated out there with just people making music, you know. But here, it's easier to get shows, which I really like. And yeah, with other artists, they're more willing to work with you, I think. In California, or in Los Angeles at least, if they don't see that you're going to come up and make them come up,
right,
they don't want to fuck with you.
Right.
Here, there's more of an artist side. It's like, you know, let's make a song. Like,
right.
if it sounds cool, it sounds cool. So that's been nice, just being able to collaborate with local people. But one thing I don't like about Colorado, like rappers, and not all of them. Like, this isn't by any means have to do with all of them. Yeah. But like some of them I've seen is like, since Colorado is not really known for its hip hop,
yeah,
everybody, and I've heard like this exact quote, like, putting Colorado on the map. It's like, dude, I'm so sick of that. Like,
yeah, because
Colorado itself is dope. People know it's dope. It's on the map already. It might not be hip hop, but it's
the
on
music
the map.
scene's definitely
Yeah, exactly. You know, so that always annoys me, and I don't really work with people who say like putting Colorado on the map. You know, it's like, especially to be like, dude, there's so many artists here. And you don't know who's just sitting in their studio with like something ready to pop. Like, why would you be the one dude to put it on the map? But other than that, man, people around here are pretty humble and really just into the art. And living here is easy. It's like easier living than California. So I think people are less stressed about just getting famous and rich off of their music. That preserves the art in it, you know.
Totally.
They're not like trying to just grind and get money. They're like more like, you know, I have time. Doing all right.
Right, yeah, no, that's awesome. I never thought about it that way. Most people are just talking about how people want to help each other, share and stuff. But yeah, I mean, the vibe around here is it's not about like making it right away. It's about creating something that's good.
Mm-hmm. And you have like a lot of local show goers, I guess, or concert goers, you know. Mm-hmm. So as like an up and coming artist, you still have a good crowd, and like, I think that helps you be like relaxed about kind of doing your art. Is like, you know, you're getting some support while you're coming up, you know, instead of like nobody liking you until you're on billboards.
Right.
You know?
I'm talking about like collaborating. I mean, we only heard a couple of songs off the album, and you said you're producing it all yourself, own lyrics. Do you have plans for any kind of collaborations in the future with some of the guys you're working with?
Yeah, I have one that's got all of them on it. It's got 2 MCs from HR people, and it's David Stone and Ryan Hughes, and then Rooks and Brady James and myself. We're all on it. It's one track, and that'll be a good one, I think. We're not really, that one's not as deep as any of the other ones. It's more like, I sent out the beat and I just told everybody like, just like ego trip, showcase your lyric, your MC skills, and talk about Colorado maybe.
Right. Yeah.
So it's everybody just kind of going hard. I think we all flow together really well. I like it. And we're all friends too.
Right.
That's why I like feature tracks, is like, if people are friends, you can like hear the camaraderie. It's like nice to hear like 2 friends doing something together. Yeah. You know, it was fun making it.
So do you do anything else in your life? I see like a lot of cool art books laying around and stuff. Do you do anything else to kind of release that creativeness you have?
Yeah, we do. Just a little bit of street art here and there. Just like, I have this little sheet metal squares, and then I take like outdoor adhesive. Mm-hmm. So we just draw on them here, like me and my girlfriend or my friends, and then once we have like a fat stack of them like sitting over there, we'll just go glue them up around town.
Nice.
That's
like, cool.
Yeah, and that's that is like a nice thing to have an art that, because the music's, I mean, like I say, it's easygoing, not stressed out of getting like well known and making money off it, but there's still that factor there. Like,
You're always trying, but it's not.
Yeah, and there's still like
pressure.
Sometimes I feel pressure, and time constraints, but with that, it's nice to have something where it's just like I'm gonna draw whatever I want and then glue it to a wall.
Yeah, you like it, you don't, whatever.
Yeah.
I won't even remember it. Or
Yeah.
something.
So that's fun, and I got like in these boxes over here, there's the priority mail envelopes. I ordered like 1,000 of them for free.
Yeah, the post office was good.
Yeah, and then you can, it's like thin cardboard, so you can make stencils out of it.
Oh,
so we're
yeah.
gonna start making stencils, and
That's smart.
and so I ordered a bunch of those to do that. So I have like art elsewhere, but nothing I'm as passionate about as the music.
Yeah, so I mean, got that hopefully mid-November. We're gonna have the new album out. Where are people gonna go to find that? Where are they gonna be looking?
You can just Google Epic Win,
Okay.
and I think like the first three that come up are like Twitter, Facebook, and SoundCloud.
Yeah.
So SoundCloud.com/EpicWin and Twitter.com/EpicWin are like the three that I'm messing around with right now. And they don't get much updates right now just because I'm in the lab like working on this so much. But on the SoundCloud, you can hear like what you heard the older songs, so kind of like a precursor to what's going to come out now.
Do you think though, like after this album, like you're just gonna keep kind of going that way? You know, I mean, who knows? I guess, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think about that a lot too. Actually, like, I don't see myself ever making like happy-go-lucky, hit vibey soul hip hop. You know, like, it's always gonna be a darker vibe, I think. But it's like, I think that just kind of stems from my like slight cynicism / pessimism of like the world, and, like, where shit's going. You know,
it's who you are, man.
Yeah. So
it's nothing wrong with that.
But I think there will be more positive songs we've
I don't pray to a sexist, racist, homophobic, motion-based head case who throws his bolts this way if I don't trace with Moses. Shocking. Don't talk to me, drop these posse, walking in God's feet offerings. Ought to be guilty, kill me. Fuck what a congregation slave thinks they taught me. Oh dope, I can feel like a piece of shit more than I already did. Just what I need, more guilt where I live. Just what I need, more guilt for my sins. Forgive me, Father, I confess. I wanna fuck that bitch in her dress. I wanna fuck you up, burn down your church till the whole damn earth whiffs frankincense. I'm a kamikaze fetus, fucking screaming for attention. Center of the world, red, white, blue, USA. First world, what the fuck can I possibly mess up? I'm inside a bubble, steady reaching out. Bunch of cautious condoms trying to block my products. Why I scream and shout? Give a good holler, you don't give a fuck. Hit a bystander 16 times, it'll pile up, why not? This is hip hop, this is why we got 3 eyes. These cyclops dry teardrops leave, I'ma sweep these dumps. You ain't down, we peak up. New age sound on a 3-leaf luck on a Visa. Peace out, deceased ducks. Thank you so